Hello everyone and welcome back to Invincible Guarding the Globe. Today I just wanted to do a quick follow-up video from a video that I did a few weeks ago on what I believe is the best team in Invincible Guarding the Globe. Since then the video's got quite a bit of traction and everyone's been sharing what they've been using, and just with some of the new character releases and some of the new metas, I have actually since then updated my team and wanted to just share my thoughts on that. So yeah, obviously if this helps you, then please like the video and subscribe. It does help a lot, and I'll be posting more content in the future. But yeah, previously, as we have a look here, my previous team, let's see, Cecil's Nightmares is probably easier. Previous team consisted of this team here. And this is still a very, very good team. Obviously, at the time, I was saying that I believe this was the best team in the game. There's several reasons for this, mostly just the fact that the Immortal, with the build of this team, is almost unkillable because he obviously has the immunity, and then he leaves the battlefield, comes back, enemies aren't attacking him, and because with this team you have two healers, it means that he can basically keep being healed up and never die. And then obviously with the likes of Invincible and Omni-Man, they can then just freely do damage without worry. However, since then I have updated my team, and the update that I have done has actually been a big improvement. I do actually prefer this team a lot better, so I do believe the team I have now is better. I think there is actually, from what I've seen, a better team in the game, and I'm slowly building towards making that team, and I'll go over what that is. But from this team, how I updated it was I'd basically just removed Immortal and Robot and replaced it with Alan and Universa. The reason I did this is because Universa is probably the best character in the game, to be honest. There are a few other contenders, but especially in terms of damage, she is definitely probably the best in the game. She deals so much damage, especially if you level all of her abilities up, especially the fourth one where she can chain damage to all enemies on the enemy team. She just does so much damage, and I felt like that damage was better than having the robot. The reason for Alan instead of Immortal was also because not only to get the chemistry with Universa, but also because I have found Alan to be a bit of a different tank build to Immortal. So he's a lot tankier and takes longer to die. When he can again, like Immortal, leave the battlefield, and he comes down with his rock, so it's basically the same in terms of that. When he gets to low HP, he then heals up way stronger than Immortal. He can die if he is damaged too much. If he goes past the 1 HP threshold before being able to heal, then he just is killed. But most of the time he can heal back up and actually get to a higher health state than the Immortal during the fight. However, the cooldown on this healing is higher than the Immortal, so sometimes he's obviously healed firstly, done his thing, and then the enemies start attacking him again, and this time when his health goes down, because it's like a 60-second cooldown, he just dies. So that is maybe a one negative compared to the Immortal, but I have felt he is a more tankier defender. So yeah, this is the team I have been running, and I've been having very good luck with it. I mostly just wanted to incorporate Universa into the team just because she's that good. However, yeah, this is a very good team. If you run this team, then you won't have any issues. There is probably a better team that I have seen, and it's been played against me a few times, especially in the arena, and it has absolutely done me in. So I'm just going to go over that just now. I haven't been able to fully build those characters up, so I'm not able to use it just now, but hopefully in the future I will be. So what do I mean by this? Obviously in my team here I have Omni-Man as my highest level. This was because at the time he was probably one of the best DPS in the game, and I just really liked his character, and I just wanted to have a really strong DPS. However, he probably isn't as strong as a lot of other characters now. Universe you definitely want to keep, and Alan you probably definitely want to keep. Invincible again as well is very, very good. If you're using him, then great, but with the team that I have been seeing have the most success, he's not actually included. The second, the support here obviously is Atom Eve. I have seen other people, for example, use Robot, but I think for the chemistry in this case, I think Atom Eve is better. So these three are definitely probably a must. Now, I have seen a few people, if you can get the levels for it, replace Alan with Conquest in the middle here. Now, this is an interesting change because Conquest is very bulky. He has very high stats, so he takes a long time to die. However, he doesn't have the immunity and the defense increase that the Alan gets when he's low HP. He does, however, get a shield when he uses his main ability, which is helpful. But he also then obviously deals way more damage than Alan and is better at disrupting the enemy. So it's up to you on that. I think Alan would be a better fit, but Conquest is obviously one of the best heroes in the game, so he would be a great addition. Now, the other two slots here, what I would say would probably make up the best team in the game is Doc Seismic and Red Rush. Now, the reasons for this, and as you obviously can see in the top left, the chemistry isn't as strong as the other team, but the reasons for this is for Doc Seismic, he is definitely one of the best DPSs in the game, probably either up, he's, one or two with Universa. He does so much damage, he does a lot of stuns, he does a lot of disruption, and he moves about the battlefield and is very hard to kill. He doesn't have a lot of health, so ranged heroes do very well against him, but melee characters, he usually just stuns them and moves away, and they forget about him, and then he can continue the fight and deal more damage. So Doc Seismic is incredibly good. Also, his passive decreases Viltrumite's defense, I believe, and most teams will have, for example, Invincible, Omni-Man, any of the new Viltrumites, Conquest, Anissa, Thula, and this will only obviously continue as these characters become, these newer characters become more available and can be leveled up more, and also as they obviously release new characters, which definitely will include Viltrumites. So Doc Seismic not only has a good passive, but he also just is an incredible DPS. So having him and Universa in the team increases the damage output massively, hugely. You can have him on the front line here, because even though he's a ranged character, as soon as, for example, in this team, as soon as Omni-Man flies at him, he'll stun him and fly away straight away. So you can have him in the front line. He'll just bounce away as soon as someone comes at him. And the reason for Red Rush is not only is he a great disruptive support, so he'll stun the enemies, he'll move them around, he'll also decrease their defense dramatically. So for example, the Universa and Doc Seismic can just shred them. However, his passive, if we have a look at him over here, and also just check Doc Seismic as well, but we'll check Doc Seismic first actually, just quickly, just to show what I was talking about. Viltrumite's enemies see their energy defense, and if you level up to 40%, which is massive, and then obviously all of these are just stuns and damage. But yeah, for Red Rush, his passive, as we see here, increases the team's critical damage by 10% when fighting against attackers. So what this means is your team critical damage, not chance, but critical damage is increased when fighting against attackers on the enemy team. Now, there's pretty much always guaranteed to be an attack on the enemy team, unless it's some kind of weird Cecil's Nightmares or something like that, but then obviously it's not too difficult anyway. But especially like an arena, there is usually always an attacker, so critical damage by 10% is on its own very, very good. But leveling this up to level 10 increases it up to 45%, which is a huge increase. Obviously his other abilities are very good as well, his stuns, and he also can grant invincibility status when someone's low HP, but 45% is massive. And the reason why this is massive is because Universa's biggest strength is her critical hits. For example, the third ability, she charges up her energy and increases her critical hit chance for 7 seconds every 15 seconds. So basically, because she's having a higher critical chance, when she does the critical hits, using Red Rush increases the damage dramatically, up 45% at level 10. And especially her fourth ability, when she performs a basic critical hit, the damage bounces up to, at level 10, up to 4 times between all of the enemies on the team. So obviously this deals 70% of the initial damage, but if you increase the Red Rush ability, then this is then increased by a further 45%, if that makes sense. So it basically turns already strong DPS and already strong attacker damage character on his team into just like a nuke, where, especially with his 4th ability, can just deal huge amounts of damage to all of the enemies. I mean, obviously it also assists stock seismic attacks, because he just does a lot of damage anyway, but it's mostly for the critical hits, and that is obviously Universe's bread and butter. So that, I believe, is the best team in the game. I've played against it a few times, and it is absolutely overpowered. Now, obviously, it depends on what teams you currently have, what characters you currently have. As mentioned before, obviously, I'm running Omni-Man and Invincible in mine. I'm hoping to replace Invincible with Conquest soon when I get him leveled up. But this team here, I definitely believe, is the best team in the game currently. I mean, obviously, there's loads of different teams, you know. There are all very, very good combinations out there. So if you aren't using this exact team, then, you know, you're not exactly doing badly. Obviously, it depends on the team. As long as you're not using, Reanimates, then you're fine. But yeah, this is what this is just a little update I wanted to give out, just to, voice my opinions and show off what I have seen works and what my team has slightly evolved into. But yeah, that's all I wanted to do today. If this helps you, or if you have any, other team combinations that you think are really strong, then leave them in the comments down below. I'll obviously have more videos coming out soon, so if you'd like to see those, then please subscribe. Thank you for all the support on the previous videos, and yeah, cheers and see you in the next one.